It's the mayor. Welcome to Showface News. You can call me what you want. Just don't call me woke. You're now rocking with the town favorite. Showface News. It's Big Gotham, the real New York mayor, F. Eric Adams. And we're back again with another one, gang. Check it out, man. We had Supreme Jr. on the No Jumper podcast doing an interview with Adam 22 where he talks about him and 50 Cent having some type of inbox conversation, but 50 Cent ended up blocking him. Let's get right into it, man. Smash the like button, share the video. We're gonna get right into it.
What's your relationship with Prince? I thought he was your uncle. Or...
No, that's my dad's nephew, so that's my first cousin.
All right.
Yeah.
Because he had a reputation of being a shooter. He was the hands-on guy from what they say. You know
and I also feel like that was another narrative because they said he had bulletproof hats and bulletproof BMWs and bulletproof cell phones. Like
hats?
Yeah, people just make people really want to live a movie, bro.
A bulletproof fitted would weigh like 40 pounds.
In the 80s? In the 80s.
Right?
Like, you see the outrage that these people be saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, we don't even know if he was I don't even think he was a shooter, bro. I think that's just what the narrative was. Because he beat all his murders. So, I mean, how could he be a shooter if he beat the murders? Like, if you're not convinced.
Hey, a lot of people wouldn't beat homies and they did it. Maybe he was really good, champ. Allegedly. I'm not saying he was or he wasn't, but champ, you know, you can beat some things, champ. There's also cold cases as well. I'm just saying.
Convicted, you ain't that, right?
Vaughn beat all his murders. Well, the ones they charged him with. Okay.
But Prince is, but back to your question, that's like, me and him is like this.
That's our relationship.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Tony Yayo's career has been kind of like resurrected. He's talking on Vlad all the time. Some of the clips have definitely touched on 50's past and stuff about your dad and stuff like that. Do you respect the narratives that he puts out there, or is there anything that you think is a little weird?
What was one of the things that comes off the top of your head that you remember him saying about it?
Honestly, I can't even remember. I didn't write this question down. I just thought of it.
Well, I seen him. I'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
I seen him on Hoffa, and he was like, when you looked in Preem eyes, you see a whole bunch of souls in his eyes.
Oh.
Another person with some movie. That's like some movie shit, bro. Like, they trying to make this guy seem like he's the dragon or something. Bro, he was a black dude with green eyes, bro. I mean, that might have been like not seen before, but like, why would you go on mathhoffa and say you seen souls in his eyes? So you basically implying that he was killing people.
Or you could be calling him a boogeyman or something. Listen, you gotta put some respect on Yayo's name because Yayo really been out there, man. Yayo was in these streets for real, man. Like, Yayo's definitely seen this person up close and personal, you know. As for your boy right here, you know, baby Preem Jr., whatever you want to call him, you know, he didn't witness his father in them streets, champ. I'm sure he's seen him as a youth, but his father was locked up and incarcerated when he was very young. So, you know, his memory might not be as sharp, you know, as a younger kid versus Yayo, who's a grown person, you know, who actually witnessed and seen Preem in the streets. So, you know, it's probably a different experience as well. So it's all perspective. To say the man had souls in his eyes, I mean, he was taken. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that's what he was implying. I don't think that was what Yayo was implying, so to speak. But to each their own. It's a perspective, right? Hit the like, share the video.
Feels like snitching even after all these years?
I mean, if it's not helping him, it's hurting him. You feel me? Why he just couldn't say, yo, salute the Preem, you know, it is what it is, da 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 da. You had to go be animated and do that. But I like Tony Yayo.
If you're 50 or Yayo, it's like you kind of have to hype up your enemies because otherwise, what were you fighting against?
Exactly.
Like, you have to talk about your enemies like they were some crazy ass killers, you know?
That's true. I never looked at it like that. They got to kind of, because it makes them seem bigger.
Like, that's why 50 will still mention your pops after all these years, is because otherwise he's just kind of a regular rapper, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like,
that's why I said if it wasn't for him, it would 50 career might have not catapulted how it did. Like, it was like the whole David versus Goliath thing. Like,
and it's like 6ix9ine would have had a bunch of big fucking songs regardless, but if he didn't join the Nitrate Bloods, then people wouldn't have been as intrigued.
Exactly.
You know, you would have just been a SoundCloud rapper.
I feel like the world is intrigued and fascinated by street culture and like gang activity and like people just are so fascinated by that shit.
I mean, yeah, 50 Cent said it best. He said America got a thing for this gangster shit.
Yeah, that's a
How do y'all feel about them saying that 50 wouldn't have been as big as if it wasn't for Preem. Y'all think that? I think that him getting popped 9 times was a core reason as to why he blew up. What do y'all think about that, man? Y'all hit the like, share the video, let me know in the comment section. Dig? Let's get it.
A real statement.
Yeah.
You probably got Unit tattooed on you somewhere.
I don't, but if I had been getting tattoos at that period in my life, I might have.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been kind of cringy.
Oh, what about Baisley Projects now? Is it gentrified or is it still?
Hell no. I mean, you got a couple Spanish people in there now, but I don't think it's gentrified. Hell no. Hell no.
It's too far out. It just hasn't got hit yet.
Probably. I think Brooklyn was first. I think they was trying to get gentrify Brooklyn first, and then I feel like Queens would probably be next, and then I think the Bronx would probably be last, maybe.
I really need to go to Brownsville because when I lived in Bushwick, everybody would like Brownsville was the bad place that you could go if you wanted to.
Still is.
People just knew.
Adam 22 was in Brooklyn? Well, that's a shocker. But you don't want to visit no Brownsville, champ. I'm gonna keep it a G with you. That is the most dangerous place in New York City. Brownsville, Brooklyn. The most notorious and dangerous projects, but also locations in the entire New York City. Not a place you want to be. That is really the trenches times 1,000. The trenches times 1,000,000,000, if you will. But I had no idea Adam 22 was living in Brooklyn. In Bushwick, of all places? That's interesting. Never knew these things. You learn something new every day. Hit the like button, share the video, gang. Let's keep it going.
Oh yeah, but then I hear people telling me it's getting a little gentrified, so I really want to go see what the fuck it looks like.
Yeah, but you know the thing about gentrification in New York is
slow.
This week, this block will be gentrified, and then you turn the corner and it's back to reality. So I mean, I wouldn't. If I were you, I probably would have my security with me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's or I'm gonna be in an Uber just.
But matter of fact, you might be good because people know you. So
yeah, that's the problem.
If you can go back to when you first started podcasting or when you started doing your show, would you have like done it where like Vlad was behind the camera and like you not be on camera but you interviewing the people? Like
nah.
You wanted to be famous.
Yeah, for sure. I always saw the value in that. And I think Vlad in a lot of ways was a genius for realizing that, because it's easier for him to have people take over for him. Like he has all kinds of different people doing interviews for him. And as long as you're like solid at asking the questions, you can kind of pull it off. Whereas like for me to have people who are actually popular co-hosts on here, it is fucking hard. Like they have to really like you in order to watch you interview somebody on No Jumper. Whereas Vlad kind of gets whoever. So he has a lot of people doing it.
He just get journalists to do it, really.
Well, he gets, people from hip hop and everything like that. But if it's just a voice, it's a lot easier for people to listen to like just a voice asking someone questions.
But I also see that when they know that it's Vlad talking, the interview do better numbers.
True, yeah.
So let me ask you this. So when you, based on who you hire and who you have on the show, like, what if everybody hates that person? Is that a good thing too?
Their days are probably numbered.
Really?
If everybody hates them.
But I feel like if people tune into you because they hate you, that's still views and that's still money.
Oh well, if they watch you, then yeah, I mean that could be a thing.
I feel like that's me. Like I said before, like I feel like people hate watch me, but at the end of the day, I'm still producing the numbers. I'm still producing the engagements because like Floyd Mayweather, they hated him, but they still bought his fights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like hate could be a good thing.
But the thing is that I could interview somebody who's hated and have it really do numbers because people are kind of fascinated by this person they hate. But if you're going to be a host on here long-term, interviewing people / talking to different homies every week, at a certain point, they're going to like the hate thing. Unless you're like super entertaining as the villain, at a certain point, they're going to have to like you.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know if we've...
That's a discussion if you don't talk enough about them hate views, champs. And views of hate, like you're gonna always get them. Subconsciously, they like you, but they show a lot of hate towards you because they envy you, but they admire you at the same time. It's like, yeah, you envy me, but you still admire me at the same time, which is crazy. It's like envy is admiration on an evil, negative level, right? It's crazy, but it's true. It's literally a type of insanity if you want to keep it 1,000. Let's be real. Hit the like, share the video, gang. Facts are facts.
Ever had a host on here that people just hated, and that's why they were popular? Maybe Flacco kind of comes to mind. They're like,
about to say,
he's like love-hate relationship, but people do love him as well.
Yeah.
I
like Flacco. When I came here just now, like Flacco.
He said you like 50 Cent. He said he asked you, "Are you 50 Cent's son?" Right?
Yeah. No, he asked me was I his brother. He asked me was 50 my dad's
Is that a
son.
question that you get a lot?
Bro, I think people think I'm such a troll. Like when they see me, they want to troll me before I can troll them. So they'll just ask me that. But you know, I want him to unblock me. I want 50 to unblock me because he
50
had me.
got you blocked on Instagram.
Yeah, he's
Why?
had me blocked for like 4 years.
Did you hit him up or like what caused it?
Because I asked him to let's do a DNA test, and he blocked me after that.
Have you ever ran into 50 anywhere?
I seen him before I took.
You think that was a warranted block? I mean, it is 50. I mean, he would never want to have no type of discussion about any type of DNA test in relation to Supreme, the original Supreme, right? So the last thing he wants to do is, even try and have a conversation about doing a DNA test or even have any type of dealings with Supreme's son in general. You dig? Because, they say that Supreme was part of the reason why 50 got clapped up back in the day, right? So why would you want to do that or even have conversations with your enemies? You know how 50 is about his enemies, champs. Let's be real. You know how he is.
The picture with Marquise, I used to chill with Prodigy a lot. Yeah, it's crazy. And
RP to Prodigy.
Well, yeah, where did that come from? That connection?
bro, I'm connected with a lot of things, bro. Like the guy who owned the club Griffin in the city, his brother was in jail with my uncle. So when my uncle came home, yo, come to the club, and then I got cool with the owner, and then the owner and Prodigy was best friends. So we was all at the guy who owned Griffin house one night, and Prodigy was in there, and then my uncle said, yo, that's Preem's son right there. So Prodigy called me outside. He was like, yo, it was all love. Like, I know I might have said some stuff in the past, but like, I don't got nothing against your pops. Your pops was a legend. Anything you need from me is all love, et cetera, et cetera. And then me and Prodigy just started hanging out with each other, like, and he was real respectful. So Mobb Deep was having like an album listening party or some shit like that in the city, and 50 was there. And I was hitting Prodigy up like, yo, I'm trying to get in. Like, how can I get in? And he was kind of spinning me. So I'm like, yo, why this nigga spinning me? I thought we was cool. And then come to find out he was spinning me because 50 was gonna be there. Yeah. But 50 didn't know me. But when he walked out, I was walking in. And Prodigy was spinning me, but I was like, I'm one of those people. I'm still gonna go and see if I can get in. I'm not gonna not go. Like, I'm just gonna take a chance. So I went up there and I wound up still getting in. But as I'm walking in, me and my uncle and like a couple other dudes, 50 and his security's walking out. And like, he looked at me and then he just kept going, and then he turned back around. Like, I felt like he kind of seen my dad, or he seen me in a way, or like a gut feeling, like he seen me in the way he looked, cause I'm on point, cause I'm like, damn, I hope this nigga don't.
Cause 50 the person, if you run into him and you got problems, it could.
You get what I'm saying? But so he looked at me, he kept walking, then he turned, and then we turned back at the same time, and it was like a weird moment. And I don't know, like years later, he was like, yo, that was that motherfucker, yo, like, cause he probably was like, yo, this nigga looked like Preem.
It's hard when you get to the point where like 500,000 people, because you'll see somebody in a club or in an event and your brain just takes a little bit longer than the average person to do the calculation and be like, wait a minute,
and
that's him.
And then it'll hit you when you get in the car.
That's happened to me many times.
It hits you when you get in the car, hell yeah.
And then I'll be like, fuck, I should have done something. I should have screamed at that person. I should have said something.
Should have spit on them.
Anything.
What you think would happen if you and 50 Cent run into each other knowingly?
A conversation. Cause I don't have a problem with him. I would want to have a sit down with him where it's just me and him. There's nobody around. There's none of his goons around. None of my goons around. It's just me and him, and just drive around and me and him could just talk. Like, I want to know a lot of things. I'm sure he would be open to communicating with me about. But I really want to pick.
Don't be too sure, champ. Don't you ever be too sure. It might be war, because I'm gonna keep it a G with you, gang. You gotta know how 50 is. 50 is not just putting beefs away. They understand his life was tried, allegedly, by your father, and he believes these things. So to say that it's gonna indefinitely be a conversation, I don't know about that, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't mean that 50 is open for dialogue. So if he blocked you, he's definitely not open for no type of dialogue. Definitely not interested in talking to you, but he's more interested in doing other things, champ. I'm just keeping it a G with you, gang. I'm just keeping it at 1,000. You dig? But this pretty much sums up, this video, this interview, and etc. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And do y'all believe that there is a possibility that Preem Jr. and Fifth might be related? What do y'all think? And let me know in the comment section, gang. But this is Showface News, you dig? The town favorite, the real New York mayor, F. Eric Adams. And I got a public service announcement for all of y'all right now. And that public service announcement is to make sure that you stop playing so respectfully. I need to stop playing. We got so much more content on the way. Y'all stay tuned for more, you heard? Let's get it. Let's go. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.